Greetings, Phantom fans! Dan Herman, publisher of Hermes Press here with our new Phantom Dailies number 18. Here it is, guys and gals. This is the first book that contains only dailies done by Phantom expert and artist extraordinaire Cy Berry. As you may know, Volume 17 had the first stories done by Cy Berry after completing the run of Wilson McCoy. And as usual, this book has a dust jacket, which you can put in a miler and remove. It has a printed laminated cover. You can see the front. You can see the spine. All these spines line up, so when you put them in your collection, they are all even in line. You can see the back. Look at that wonderful piece of original art by none other than Cy Berry. And this book has our usual end papers we use with the sign of the Phantom. And this book announces that it's only by Lee Falk and Cy Berry. This volume 18, has the rest of the interview with Cy Berry with regards to his work on the Phantom. There's another interview that we'll present later, which is a biographical essay which gives you an overview of Cy Berry's life. But this book completes the interview that I did with Cy with regards to how he got the job doing the dailies and then the Sundays, and that he did both strips until 1994. So that's the end of that portion of the interview. And it has 4 continuities. It has the mysterious ambassador, the mystery of the island of dogs, the drummer of Timpani, and the reed. Now, these dailies, it has also a short, it has some artwork in it. As you can see, that's a blow up of one panel from a Phantom daily done by Cy Berry. And then we have some complete artwork from the dailies. And actually, these dailies are in this book. So you have the original art, and you can look at the way it was prepared and knocked down a bit for the colors were obviously taken out. What you see, the blue that you see is the indication that was made for the application of the zipatone, which is a sheet which has little dots on it. And you put it over the figure and you get an X-Acto knife and you cut around the figure and then pull off the excess, leaving the dot pattern. And that's where Cy Berry indicated he wanted the zipatone dots. Here's another daily, which is in the book, and this is the original art for the daily. And on this side, you'll see some of the King Features comic book covers that were based on Cy's images, but were not done by Cy, and we discussed that in the interview, and that's why they're in there. And then we start with the actual stories, and here's what the strips look like. These strips actually are all from the King Features press proofs from Michigan State University. So without engaging in mere hyperbole, these are fantastic looking. I looked at these when this is in advance. The bulk is in transit from China. And as we've explained to you on our website, a lot of our books are really, really late, and it's not because of us. This book and the Roy Rogers book, which I have here, the best, of Alex Toth and John Buscema's Roy Rogers, both of these books were sent to the printer in December. And because of the Chinese New Year, and then because of the COVID-19 problem, the factories were closed down in China for an extended period of time. Our factory, which is in Shenzhen, is open for business, but they're operating at less than peak efficiency. So we have a lot of titles with them, including the Phantom Sundays, Volume 7, including the Phantom Dailies, Volume 19, and including the Phantom, let me see that, yeah, Sundays 8 and Dailies 19, plus The Art of the Phantom. And those books are waiting to be proofed by them and put into the printing queue. So we wait. and we're patient. And the reason we wait and we're patient is because we've had a relationship with this particular company for a decade, and they do phenomenal work for us. The bindings on these books are as good as you can get. Look at this. Hear anything? Ain't cracking, is it? Look at this. Look at this. And it lays flat, so you can read your book, and you don't have to look into the gutter. Okay. Let's look at some more of these strips to see what a beautiful job Alyssa Fisher did. Look at that. Now, the proofs are pretty nice, but they're not perfect, and they need to be cleaned up because they've been sitting around for, well, let's see, 27 years, 26 years. And, you know, they're not all wonderful and pristine, and they're kind of bumped up and dirty. And Alyssa fixes them all. It makes them look perfect. Look at that. So, this book contains the continuities that I described. I'll show you a couple more pages. Just to look at this. You couldn't, if you got the newspaper, they didn't look this good. There you go. So, this book, I believe, is just phenomenal. Look at the cover. Cover image was picked out by Sabrina Herman, our managing editor, and she partially colored it. I finished the coloring. I did the layout. It's her image. Shout out for Sabrina. Shout out for Alyssa Fisher and Trey Musquare, our production manager, and Candace Hartner, our senior editor, went over the book for continuity issues and reread the essay to make sure it was correct. And let's not forget Ivan Pedersen, who checks these books out to make sure we didn't miss any strips or leave any strips out. So we have a whole lot of people working on these books to make them perfect. And I hope you enjoy this one. It is a real stunner. Cy Berry brought a new dimension to the Phantom. And while we all love Ray Moore and Wilson McCoy, so I kind of put them together there, and they made an incredible mark on The Ghost Who Walks. Cy Berry really defined the modern Phantom, and there's some stories in here about what he did and what he said, and how he interacted with Lee Falk, and it's very, very interesting, and I'm not going to ruin it for you. But anyway, this book will be available in approximately 3 weeks. It's in transit, and then it gets to the port of New York, and then it has to be held because of the tariff. And then we pay the tariff to customs, and it's released, and it's trucked here to the International Center of the Universe, Newcastle, Pennsylvania, at which point it's then reshipped to Olive Branch, Mississippi, where Diamond's distribution hub is, so the books can go out all over North America and get on Amazon.com. But remember, we get the books first here at Hermes Press, and if you buy the books through us and on our website, you get them before anybody else. You get them before comic book stores get them, and you get them before Amazon.com customers get them. So you get them first. And we give you a good price on them, and we ship them out. And if there are any problems, as Phantom fans know, we take care of the problems immediately. So, here's the book. It's been printed. It's in transit. The next volume is currently in China, waiting to be approved by them so we can approve its printing. The Sundays, Volume 7, has been printed, and we're waiting for it to be bound and shipped. Volume 8 of the Sundays is going, and The Art of the Phantom is sitting there waiting for it to be approved, so we can go through the process of approving it and having it put into the print queue. So, that's all for now. Any questions, call Hermes Press, email me, or email info@hermespress.com, or Sabrina or Candace. And that's all for now. All I got to do is press the off button.